Hi, welcome to Cute Things by Rebecca. I am Rebecca and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little, what do I want to call them? Glasses wipe holder. Anyways, it's a cute little pocket type and it holds your glasses wipe. I've had one for, I don't know, 20 years and it's similar to this. I just reinvented it for the in the hoop stuff. So I keep it in my car and it's pretty worn out, but I've really had it forever. But anyways, it's just to protect your little towel and keep it handy. So, and you just stuff it up in there and to keep it clean. Anyways, it's just another cute little novelty item. And I'm going to add 2 files to the design because I made it just for vinyl. So it looks like this, or if you use cute little fabric, you can do it with non-fraying fabric. Like this fabric is called Pull, P-U-L, and I got it from Itchin' to Be Stitchin'. She has so many bases that you can use, but it's non-fraying. So you want something that's going to be non-fraying even though you turn it. So the files are going to be one for vinyl and one for turning. That way you can use your non-fraying fabrics and have it the edges like so. Isn't it cute? And pull, I really like using the pull because it's a little stretchy. It makes it nice to turn through. But I made a whole bunch of them and I've tried them on different bases. So that's the pull. I've tried it with, and this is the turn through style, but you could probably do the regular for vinyl with this. This is what some people call polyproof, fairy fabric, repel. It's a nice smooth fabric, but it doesn't have much give. So when you're turning this, you have 1.5 inches to turn through. It's kind of hard, but it's still doable and it's still cute. So this is that type of fabric, will smooth. I did do it on vinyl, the turn way. Just make sure you have like flexible vinyl when you're turning it through, or it kind of looks a little lumpy. But it does work that way too. This is just regular smooth vinyl. And then just regular Litchi vinyl. Cute little Kuromi. Anyway, so I made a bunch of them. But I wanted to go over some bases with you. So the one where you turn through, you can probably use vinyl that's real flexible. This is like a velvet. This is some really cute bee vinyl from my Ponk. It's real flexible. I bet that would turn through real well. So if you're wanting to use vinyl, doing the turning method, find some vinyl that's real flexible and maybe with a little bit of give. I'm going to make one here in my next video. This is some sort of non-fraying fabric. I'm not sure what it is. It's pretty cool. It's stretchy. I got it from Itchin' to Be Stitchin' in a mystery pack. And I'm going to use this. I like the stretch. And we're going to use this this type of fabric. It's kind of like pull, but it doesn't have the plastic on the inside. And so anything non-fraying will work. This is pull. Got from my Ponk. It's just got a little bit of stretch to it, not much, but it's cute. So, and then once again, non-fraying. This is that smooth vinyl I was talking about. Some people call it fairy fabric, etc. Polyproof, and there's no give on that, so it's real hard to turn, but it still works. You just gotta maneuver it a little bit. You can use whatever you want for this. Just make sure it's non-fraying. And this is Deluxe line from Itchin' to Be Stitchin'. She's got so many bases. I love grabbing it, and you can get any print that you want on any kind of base. So I buy from everywhere, so I'm not biased or anything. I just love getting products from everywhere. So I just wanted to talk about the bases there. So let's go ahead and get started and make one. If you follow these directions, you will have no problems, but you really should follow the directions. So, because there's one step in here that you got to have your towel just right in order for it to catch. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to make the vinyl one. I'll make a fabric one here in a little bit after this one. So the first step on the machine is a placement step for your vinyl. I'm going to run that. I will be right back. Okay, so the placement step is ran. I was so invested in talking about different kind of bases that you can use, I forgot to tell you the supplies you're going to need. Whew. Okay, so for the vinyl, you just need a front and a back main piece, just scraps because the design is super tiny. And then you can use some cording, ribbon, or whatever you want to do to loop it. You can loop it like so. I have these little black clips, or you can use the little key ring, whatever you want, just some cording or something, so you can hang it from something, and your little clasps. And you will want to use cutaway stabilizer. Do not use tearaway, because what we're doing is we're going to sew the cording and the towel, the wipe towel. These are very, very inexpensive too. I will put the Amazon link down below, but if you plan on making a bunch of them, they're really inexpensive to do. And so anyways, the cutaway, we're gonna sew this onto the cutaway along with the cord. So do not use tearaway for this project. So okay, now that that is cleared up, the next step on the machine is going to be a placement for the cord and for the wipe. Okay, so you have your placement step now. Now what you want to do is grab your cording and some tape, and you want to tape your cording with the loop on the outside of the project. However higher, I mean, that's up to you. Just kind of find the center if you want. And then what you're going to do is take your rag, your wipe, or whatever you want to call it, glass cleaner wipe, and you want it on the inside of your project. And you want to take, you can fold it over or trim it. I just trimmed it. And take the edge and line it up to the top edge. You want this piece to be over that because it's going to stitch that, and that's what's going to hold it on the stabilizer. If you go above this, when you sew around it, it's going to show, and you don't want that. So just right up to the line, like so. It's got a little poofy there. Just kind of center it. Add some tape. Now go ahead and run the next step on the machine. It's a line. It's going to secure those onto the stabilizer. Okay, so the cloth is secured on. Now you can remove your tape. And then the last step on the machine is going to go ahead and stitch all the way around. So what you want to do is turn to the back. You want to add your back piece of vinyl. Is it upside down? I don't know if that was upside down or not. Anyways, add your back piece of vinyl, secure it with tape, and when you run that last step, you want to make sure the wipe is going to be in the center, because it's going to stitch from here around. It's not going to stitch the bottom piece because it's obviously we need an opening, but you don't want to get your little towel caught in that. So if you want to tape it, go ahead. Just make sure that when it's stitching, just kind of keep an eye on it, that your towel doesn't get caught. And you can place your vinyl in over the entire thing. You just have to cut around, or you can be strategic and place it up there so you don't have to cut that top piece, because that's the only thing that you got to worry about, is not cutting off your loop. So go ahead and run that last step. Okay, it's all stitched. You can't really see it, but it's stitched all around and left the bottom open. So just remove from your hoop and trim. Just be careful not to trim your loop or your towel. So when I like to trim, I like to pull things out of my way so I know I'm not gonna cut things. And just trim. So I don't have to cut the front part of that. I will have to cut the back part, and when I do, just move your loop out of the way and trim. And then trim some more. Let's move our towel to the side so we're not cutting our towel. And just trim. And there is no stitch line in the front or the back. I couldn't figure out how to do it with the cutaway to make it so your vinyl would have a little stitch line at the bottom, but it's not going to matter if it's on fraying. It's not going to really come undone. It's kind of, get in my way. The vinyl's in my way. There you go, and you can clean up your shape a little bit better now that it's cut. If you need to cut a little more in the back, just trim away. Okay, I think I like that. And then just add your little clasp. And remove your tape. Remove that tape if you can. Can't get a hold of it at the second, but anyways, you get the idea. And you just pop that in there. And it'll help protect your little wipe and keep it clean from getting the little dust and everything in it. I don't know, I just thought it was cute, and like I said, I've had one for a long time, and I'm like, maybe I can try making in a hoop item for it. It's cute, practical. So this is the one made for vinyl. Now we're going to do the one made for turning with non-fraying fabric. If you want to watch, keep watching. Okay, now we're going to make the one where we're going to turn it through with, and we're using our non-fraying fabric, and I'm using this holographic fabric. I'm not sure what it is, but I got it from Rebecca over at Itching to Get Stitching. I will have to reach out to her to find out what it is because it's so fun and cute. The first step on that file is a placement step. Go ahead and run that. Okay, it's a little bit different when you're using the non-fraying fabric for turning. Go ahead and take your fabric and place it over this design, however you want it. And try to get the little piece of that little suit sprite or something in there. And the next step on the machine is going to make a placement for your cording and your towel, but you want to run it on the fabric. Okay, now we have our placement for our cording. So what you want to do, you want to make your little loop, and the loop needs to go on the inside of your project this time, not on the top. So go ahead and tape it however you like it. And then your towel for your glasses, you want on the top of your project, and you want it to come down past that line to this line here on the placement. So just a little bit down, like so. Don't go past that, because when it stitches, you don't want the cloth to poke out the out the top. You just need a little bit. It's a triple run that's going to hold that in place, so it's not going to go anywhere unless you like put, I don't know, 50 pounds of rocks on it or something. Anyways, go ahead and tack that down. Okay, now remove your tape. See how it's tacked down? It's on there good. And you do it this way because when you go to turn it, if you're using cutaway stabilizer for extra stability, You have to run it on top of this, or when you turn it, you'll see your stabilizer. Ask me how I know. I play around with things and I'm like, oh, that's why I do it a certain way. So go ahead and take your back piece of fabric and place it over everything. And that last stitch is gonna stitch it from here to here. It's gonna go around twice. Okay, so this is what we have now. So go ahead and remove from your hoop and trim around. Just be sure not to trim your cloth. And this one, you can actually see the back side of the stabilizer. So you can use that as a reference to cut if you'd like. I'm actually going to use the fabric side so I can see where I'm going. Just take your time cutting around the top. This doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be on the inside of the project. I like to leave little cords long because I don't want those coming out. But they should be okay because they get run over a couple of times by the machine. But I just want to leave them long a little bit. So when we turn, we'll have a cute little thing. And this fabric is easy and fun to turn. I'm just going to clean it up here a little bit. So here we go. Inside out, we have our little loop. And you can grab a pokey thing and poke out your corners if you want. But there you have it. Cute little wipe holder. And you just stuff it up in there. And when you want it out, you just pull on it. I don't know. I just think it's super cute and convenient, and it'll help keep those wipes clean. I keep a couple in my purse, and it's always full of dust and stuff. But anyways, there it is with the non-fading fabric. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked them.